Good morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio. So today, we need to look at some pretty exciting news in the Pokemon trading card game. We've got some new listings from distributors in Japan, which seem to be telling us about new products. And once again, it seems like I have been proven wrong, which usually my hit rate is pretty gosh darn good, but I'll be honest with you, this week I've taken a couple of L's. So what's actually been revealed? And we'll get to some other stuff in a moment, but on July the 15th, we are getting the Pokemon card game Sword and Shield V-Star and V-Max high-class deck, Deoxys / Zeraora. Now, I mentioned that name exactly. That is what it's been listed as. And the thing which is weird there, it is listed as V-Star and V-Max high-class deck, Deoxys / Zeraora. Because VMAX high-class decks, they're not exactly particularly new. We've seen these before, for anybody wondering or that may have forgotten. The last time we saw these was where we had the Inteleon and Gengar decks a little while ago. The ones that ended up coming around in Fusion Strike for us. So, this makes perfect sense that we would get these decks. And Zeraora and Deoxys make a bit of sense. We'll get more onto that in a moment. This all sounds about right. The problem is, and what proves me potentially wrong, and I say potentially because I'm still not sure I'm wrong on this, we don't have VMAXs anymore. Now, I've told you this before, but in Brilliant Stars, we got 3 VMAXs, and they were Aggron, Kingler, and Mimikyu. But they weren't really from Brilliant Stars, they were very much mop-ups. So, 2 of them, Kingler and Aggron, had come around in the 100 start decks in Japan, and Mimikyu had come around in VMAX Climax. We didn't get those products, so those products got kind of chucked into Brilliant Stars, and, you know, we kind of mopped up by putting them in that set. They were just, well, we've got these, we need to put them somewhere, I don't know, let's put them in Brilliant Stars. The Japanese equivalent set, the Japanese Sword and Shield 9 was Starbirth. Starbirth did not have any VMAXs in. Not only that, but since then, we've also seen Battle Region over in Japan, and in Battle Region, there were no VMAXs. So in Starbirth, we got V-Stars like Arceus, and in Battle Region, we got V-Stars like the Hisuian starters like Samurott, but we never actually got any new VMAXs. We'd gone many sets in a row ever since the introduction of Sword and Shield, the first 8 sets, having VMAXs in every set. And then we didn't have any in Starbirth, and we didn't have any in Battle Region. And like I say, although we did get a couple in Brilliant Stars, what was clearly happening there was we were just mopping up from some Japanese products that we never actually got. And I told you that VMAXs were essentially gone forever, and I meant it, and I had good reason to think so, and I told you that they'd been replaced by V-Star. And I still believe that to be true, because we stopped putting VMAXs after Sword and Shield 8, and we started putting V-Star in straight after Sword and Shield 8. So, forgive me, ladies and gentlemen, but it really does seem like we took away VMAXs and replaced it with V-Star. And yes, I know we got that Korokoro promo Pikachu VMAX as well, but that was clearly kind of a one-off promo thing that we didn't need to worry too much about. So, what's going on with this product? And the answer is we don't know. Could it be V-Star Deoxys and VMAX Zeraora? Maybe. Could it be V-Star and VMAX Deoxys and Zeraora? Maybe. We don't really know. But one thing we need to bear in mind is Deoxys is not like other Pokemon. Deoxys is different. And I can show you how Deoxys is different by showing you the Deoxys that came around in Fusion Strike. And there is something very strange about the Deoxys that came around in Fusion Strike, and it's super obvious the second you look at the card. Because it is a Fusion Strike Pokemon, and a Single Strike Pokemon, and a Rapid Strike Pokemon, and bonus points to the pre-release promo that actually came around with the stamp on as well, making it a card with 4 different stamps on, which is clearly preposterous. Deoxys is different. What I would love to see, and let's be clear, all we've got is a name, and a distributor listing. That's it. That's all we've got. So everything I'm doing here is very much prediction. I'm not guaranteeing. Like I say, we've had 2 Japanese sets in a row without VMAXs, but with V-Star. V-Star have clearly replaced VMAXs, but it looks like we might be getting another one-off. And let's be clear, I do see these as one-offs like the Pikachu promo, because again, we've just had 2 sets in Japan that didn't have VMAXs but did have V-Star. That seems pretty conclusive to me. But I'm wondering whether we get a Deoxys, which is both a VMAX and a V-Star. And no, I do not have any idea how that would work. I mean, if we look at VMAXs, we did have both of them in Charizard flavour. So we've had a Charizard VMAX and we've had a Charizard V-Star. And they don't really go together like that, because Charizard V-Max gives up 3 prizes, whereas Charizard V-Star gives up 2. Charizard V-Star has a V-Star power, Charizard V-Max does not. They are both pseudo Stage 1 Pokemon. They have one evolution, not actually Stage 1s, that evolved from Charizard V. I don't know what a combined V-Star and V-Max would look like. And I don't even particularly care, ladies and gentlemen. I just think that would be cool. And given that we've had a Deoxys that is Fusion and Single and Rapid Strike, you can't tell me that the idea of a Deoxys which is both a V-Star and a V-Max is ridiculous. It's clearly not. Although, to be fair, the Deoxys that was all 3 strikes could use all of the support materials. Do we really have that for V-Star and V-Max? Not in the same way. So I don't know. I have no idea. Like I say, it is listed as V-Star and V-Max high-class deck Deoxys/Zeraora. Maybe they have both V-Star and V-Max of each. Maybe one to V-Max, one to V-Star. Maybe Deoxys is both V-Star and V-Max, but Zeraora is just V-Star. We don't know. These are just some of my thoughts. Like I say, this is listed for July the 15th. Also on July the 15th, we are getting the Sword and Shield expansion pack, Lost Abyss. Now, this fits with what we said before, because we saw a trademark for this before, and we said it was a kind of trademark that ends up being a set name. And would you believe it, ladies and gentlemen, we end up having a set name listed. Now, again, this is not a guarantee, but it seems pretty gosh darned likely. And as far as I'm concerned, this is a set that's bringing back the Lost Zone. As I've told you before, we've had exactly 2 sets in the Pokemon TCG that have had the Lost in the title, and those were Lost Link, the Japanese set that brought in the Lost Zone first time round, and Lost Thunder, the English set which brought the mechanic back. We've only ever had Lost in the name of 2 sets. Both of them brought back the Lost Zone. So I'm sorry, I think at this stage the Lost Zone, either the Lost Zone is coming in the set, or frankly it's been kind of clumsily named, because Pokemon have very much set a precedent here. Interestingly enough, of course, Lost Thunder was the set that brought us Zeraora the first time round, and it's coming out on the same day as this Zeraora set, or this new Lost Abyss set. I don't think that's necessarily anything but a coincidence, but it makes me smile nonetheless. And I told you that Giratina would be my pick for this, because all the sets are based around somebody, and Giratina really brought the Lost Zone in first time round. For me, I think Giratina, I think Lost Zone. And Giratina's had some Lost Zone cards. That is sensible to me. Although, again, we don't know. That's just a prediction. The thing that weirds me out, of course, is we know... Okay, we don't know. But we know that the next set is going to be, in Japan, Space Juggler and Time Gazer. That double set, that's not actually been confirmed, but I am expecting an announcement to come at the end of this week. And that's going to be the Dialga and Palkia set, and we've actually seen now the booster packs featuring Origin Form Dialga and Palkia in French. It's going to be part of our Astral Radiant set. So, again, that's not actually confirmed, but it's basically confirmed. But the next set coming after that is going to be Dark Phantasma. Again, we don't know for a fact, but we've seen listings, we're fairly sure. And I thought that was either going to be the Darkrai set or the Giratina set, but all of a sudden things are looking a bit weird, because Darkrai just got its own V-Star deck over in Japan. So it wouldn't really make sense to do a Darkrai set with a Darkrai V-Star right after Darkrai got its own V-Star deck. Why would Darkrai V-Star not just be in Dark Phantasma? That makes too much sense. But my other prediction was that it might be Giratina, but then Giratina makes too much sense in Lost Abyss, so frankly, I don't really know. I mean, Dark Phantasma is clearly Ghost something. It's going to be very interesting finding out. In terms of a bit of a release schedule, we know that we've just seen the release of Battle Region. That was Sword and Shield 9A. We are expecting to see Space Juggler and Time Gazer coming out as Sword and Shield 10. We know that we've got Sword and Shield 10B, which is the Pokemon Go set, which is coming out on June the 17th. So this coming out on July the 15th, 1 month later, would make it a main set, 1 month after Sword and Shield 10B, and that again makes perfect sense. So having Sword and Shield 11 as a main set, 1 month after the Pokemon Go set, yeah. That actually sounds extremely sensible. That sounds exactly like the kind of thing they would do. I do think it's sensible to say the Lost Zone is coming back, but we don't really know much more than that, I'm afraid. Now, we have one more listing. It's coming in August 2022, and it is Pokemon card game Sword and Shield V-Star Special Set. Now, the good news is we have actually seen products with these names before. These are the Glaceon and Leafeon sets that released in Japan a little while ago. That's all I can tell you. I would imagine they're exactly like that. That is to say, you get a bunch of packs and you get the Promo V and the Promo V-Star. But as for which Pokemon are going to be featured, we have absolutely no idea. We've not heard rumours, there's nothing in the listings. It is one of those wait-and-see approaches. What I will say is, Japan got Leafeon and Glaceon as products with the 2 promos and a bunch of packs. And that is exactly how we got Leafeon and Glaceon, so it's fair to, again, we can't say for certain, but it's fair to think it might be the same thing again. Whichever Pokemon end up being in these sets in Japan could well end up being released like Leafeon and Glaceon were over here. So that's what we've got, ladies and gentlemen. A very confusing listing for a V-Star / VMAX product, but no, I do not think it means VMAXs are around to stay. Again, 2 sets in a row without them. And then we've got ourselves a couple of V-Star collections and a new set. It would be lovely if we had a bit more concrete information, but you know the deal, ladies and gentlemen, all I can do is bring you what I can, and that's what I'm bringing you. So now it's over to you guys, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know what you think about this. I want to know any of your predictions, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWazzy, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.